Tanya to back away from Nene. I mean, all the way back from Nene. Because, honey, nobody wants to see Nene. We see her every now and again. She start peeking out. We don't want the full gamut. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode number 13, Tempers in Tokyo. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up though? Click the red subscribe button, become a Ray of Sunshine, and click the notification bell because you're right there. They're best friends. And you don't want to miss the video I upload going forward. Because that's cracking me up, y'all. Ciao. So we are still on day 2 of the Tokyo trip. And they give us like a quick rehash of the argument between Tanya and Nene from the week previous. And if you remember correctly, Tanya was upset because Nene said, "You gonna find somebody else if he keep on treating me the way he do." Y'all, I'm showing my age. Y'all probably don't know nothing about that song. So nevertheless, but her feelings were hurt. She was butthurt because, you know, Paul is her love, the love of her life. And why would you say I would marry someone else, honey? Because it's taken 9 years and y'all still in the same place. I mean, who really wants to wait 9 years? Especially if you want to be married. If you were okay with just saying you were in a committed relationship and you were going to pretend married, you wouldn't say you're going to get married, Tanya. Anyway, whatever. To each their own. But as we're sitting there, Miss Tanya starts crying. I'm all like, are we crying? Are those real alligator tears? I mean, listen, I'm a crybaby. If you rock with me for real, you know that I cry at the drop of a dime, hat, penny, whatever. Because I'm an emotional person. But if I'm crying and we're in the middle of an argument, it's about to get heated. It's about to go down. Do not let me start crying when I'm upset. But she crying because she really in her feelings. Her feelings are really hurt. And I mean, listen, when your feelings be hurt, you do cry. But I'm all like, I'm going to need you to pull up. Because these ladies are a bunch of piranhas. Some sharks, a couple killer whales. You going to have to get it together. Nene is like, listen, I don't want to be bothered with this. I got my own shit going on with my husband. You know, him, you know, dealing with cancer, you know, in remission. He tripping. I'm tripping. I'm out of here. Honey, she leaves the restaurant, gets in the taxi cab, and takes her happy ass on back. She does not want to ride back with these ladies. And the ladies are actually having a conversation with her about, you know, her marriage. And if you want to be married, then you should get married. And you shouldn't be crying. I mean, Tanya's not all the way in, but I can't remember which Ray of Sunshine did let us know that somewhere in the comments last week that Tanya was actually offered to be a housewife. And I was like, well, I'm glad that she didn't come in straight as a housewife, because I know nothing about her. She needed to get her feet wet to see if she would mesh, to see if we would like her. And right now, though her outfits are fierce, I don't like her. I don't like her vibe. I don't like her energy. She pretty and everything, but I'm not sure if this is a good fit. She needs to be like the Real Housewives of another city in Georgia. Crack me up. She could take Shamari with her. I did also want to say that I understand where Nene is coming from with her emotions, because it is a lot to carry, you know, being the strength and carrying someone else's sickness and all this. But I told y'all that already, and I'm probably going to tell y'all about 18 times more, because I can feel that deep down in my soul. You hear me? I know how she's feeling. Aya, that's her name, right? The tour guide, Aya, honey. She's like, I know some of y'all not full, so I have a bag of McDonald's for you. I have a bag of McDonald's for you. I know y'all hungry, so eat up. Candy's ass is like, yes, please, thank you. So they get in the van, and Marlo tells Tanya that she kind of messed up. Honey, it's gonna be hard for you to come back from this one. If anybody can hold a grudge, it's Nene. Nene can definitely hold a grudge. When they're on the van and they're on their way back, I think it's about an hour ride, honey, and Marlo starts fucking with Eva, talking about her fashions. And you know that Marlo has been messing with Eva all season long about the way she dresses, boho chic, how she's tired, how she shop at Target. Eva was not having it. If you were waiting to see Eva the Diva, she was like, hello, I'm here. Here's Eva. Like, she was coming for her. Because y'all know Eva's from LA, right? California, right? When she hit us with, honey, if you want it, I'm from 78th and Normandy. I was like, you from the hood though. Like really, really, really from the hood though. I mean, she ain't from Watts or Compton, but she from South LA, which y'all know is South Central. So she with the business, and because she's so pretty, she probably had to fight her entire, all my life. I had to fight. Like, that's what pretty girls have to do. You be fighting all the time. I fought the boys, okay, because I was a tomboy. So I'm just telling you what I know to be true. She was coming for her in her wig, and we know that that was an easy target because Marlo did not have her clothes. She was not her fabulous self. They started talking about runway and I don't borrow stuff, and I was like, this too much. This too much. But Eva was not backing down, and so Eva has just officially secured her spot the next season. She had to do something. All that niceness wasn't working, and this whole crying because her grandfather was passing away, all of this has secured her spot. All the drama, you gotta have drama, okay? You gotta have drama in order to stay. If you ain't got nothing going on, if it's too boring, if you ain't with it, if it ain't popping and carrying on, you in trouble. So Eva, congratulations, girl. You have just secured your spot on next season. You will be back for season 12. Because we was all looking like, well, what's she here for? What we doing? What? However, before the fight ensued, she let the ladies know that they would be going to the red light district in Japan or in Tokyo later on. So go get in, get some rest, or do some room service, and then we going out. When they got there, because Nene did what? Got her ass in the taxi and went on back to the hotel. Oh, and she had told Marcus, the producer, get away from me. He was like, at least let us film it. Get away from me. She gives 0 fucks, Marcus. Why would you do that, Marcus? They get back to the hotel, and Nene has a privacy sign on her door. They're knocking, and they're all like, it's a bunch of them. Like 4 of them. Portia, Marlo, Cynthia, and Eva at the door. And she's like, it's too many of y'all. Marlo's like, I'm gonna wait till they go away. Because see, her and Marlo, though they go back and forth, have been friends a long time. And her and Cynthia are really friends. So yeah, it's too many. And I don't really feel like being bothered with you hoes right now. So go away. I'm resting. Let me rest and relax so I don't go the fuck off, okay? I need to relax. Like, can you dig it? We can dig it. Can you dig it? We can dig it. Dang my age. We saw Shamari talking to her little toddlers, and that little song brought a little warmth in my soul. I'm not a singer, but I used to have a song for Royal and for Kingston, but for Royals it was when the sun comes up in the east, you know it's gonna set in the west. Child, it's a whole little, don't you know, in China it's almost morning, but over here in America, boom, 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 it's just getting dark. Like, that was what I sang, and he loved it. He was probably laughing at me, but whatever, y'all. Evening comes, and Marlo and Nene go to visit. Marlo and Cynthia go to Nene's room to visit her and just to, you know, see how she's feeling, if she's going out, you know, if she's feeling better. And at the same time, what's her name? Tanya goes and visits with Eva, both of which giving their sides of the story. And Nene was like, listen, she took that all out of context. See, now I didn't really hear exactly what she said, but what she said made sense. Her fortune said you are going to get married in your future. And she said, you will, child, even if it's not Paul. That don't mean I'm not saying that you're not going to marry Paul, but I want you to keep your head up just in case you don't. There is. You're beautiful enough. So I understood that, and she did go way to the left, to the left, to the left. Honey, she needed to get her bags because to the left. There was too much. And then I liked how Eva checked Tanya in the room like, okay, girl, you fluffed up. So after Eva helped clarify what Nene meant by what she said, it wasn't meant to be a down on your relationship with Paul, Tanya was then like, well, she didn't have to say, I don't give a fuck about you or your relationship. The fuck you mean she didn't? Yes, she did, honey. She did exactly what she was supposed to, because like Eva told you, you fluffed up. You came for me. Let me go ahead and shut this all the way down. I give zero fucks if you never get married. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful of your relationship. I wasn't trying to be dismissive. None of that. So I liked how Eva got her all the way together. Honey, actually, it seemed like Eva was in charge of the girls this whole episode. From crying to getting that damn Marlo all the way together, honey. From getting Tanya together. Let me help you understand a few things. I think she was in charge of the girls. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I mean, it is her bachelorette trip. I'm kind of glad that she went ahead and said, let me show y'all what Eva the Diva really is about. Because we know Eva. We know Eva's with the bit. I mean, Eva is one of my favorite top models. Her and the girl that went against her. Why can't I think of her name? Whatever. Starts with a Y. Pretty, tall. Had a lot of work. Played Whitney Houston. Everybody's dressed and they're on the van getting ready to go to karaoke. And Portia's not there. Eva calls Portia. Portia is in the bed, honey, snoring, curled up like, I'm not coming. I'm tired. My back hurt. My feet hurt. Listen, I was like, Nene, stall her out. Because she was like, there's women on the bus stop with a baby on their hip, one in the stomach, one on the stroller, one tugging on them, and you talking about you tired. Okay, give her a break a little bit. I mean, do you remember the first time you were pregnant? If you have a baby, do you remember? I remember it being different. Like, my body had to adjust to this creature growing inside of me, and I was a smaller frame. I had this big gigantic belly, and I'm just here to tell you, that it was rough. But because I'm who I am, I'm strong. My mama was not with the shits. I was a single mother. I had to get my ass up to go to school every day. I was in college. I wasn't in high school, but I was in college. And to go to work right after that. I worked for United as a reservation agent. So I'm here to tell you the truth. There was no plane. So I did what I had to do, got home, took a shower, ate, went to bed. And that's what it was. My mother afforded me that because I hustled. You know what I'm saying? So give her cut little Portia some slack, okay? Cut her some slack. She a little spoiled and people take care of her. Not everybody had it like us, Nene. So they get to the karaoke place, and if you don't know, karaoke means something like bad singing. So everybody that goes to karaoke to get discovered because they can sing and they can carry a note, let somebody like me get up there and sing, because that is what it's for. It's not for you to be like you on Star Search. Ooh, y'all know about Star Search? With Ed McMillan? Anyway. So they go and they actually have a really good time. They sing. It looks a little, when they get there, it looks a little janky. You know, it looks a little skittish, scary. But they go in and they have a good time. Let me back up. All they kept saying was, this looks like Times Square. You know, and everybody who's been to Tokyo and anybody who's been to New York Times Square, the two do look the same with the bright lights and the big jumbotrons. I've never been to Tokyo, but I had the pleasure of going to Times Square, and it looks like that. And they said, except for it don't stink. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't mean to talk about your city. If you from New York, it stank like garbage. Like, how you live here in the city like this and it smell and it's garbage everywhere? Like, I'm confused, but then I'm a little uppity, and as I'm told, I'm from California, so I mean, we got stanky places too, don't get me wrong. We got a lot of gutter. a lot of gutter, a lot of hood. I'm just saying, I don't mean no disrespect. Don't get mad. If you do it in the comments. Any of y'all ever been to New York and Tokyo? I mean, based on what we saw, we could come to the conclusion that the two are very similar. But let me know if you've been and what your experience was like down below in the comments. So we see it is day 3. It is day 3, and we are in Miss Eva the Diva's room, and she is doing my favorite thing, voice to text. Like, I'm not big on texting. I'd be like, please call Kingston, period. Please, everything, question mark. Like, that's so me. And my baby boy, Kingston, said to me, that's what old people do. If you rock with me for real, like in real life, you know, I always tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I'm using voice to text. I got these nails, these big ass man hands. Honey, ain't nobody trying to do all that texting. And on that iPhone, I got to text because it seemed like it don't understand the language that I speak. But what they tell her is that her grandfather, the mom and her aunt, are going to take their grandfather off of life support in 1 to 2 hours. And, you know, he'll probably breathe a little bit on his own and then he'll pass. And she is in hysterics, child. Honey, I understand. Hysterics! Wanting to get a flight back. She calls Tanya. Tanya comes to the room, but Tanya sends a group text out to the ladies. And I love that. Bravo. That executive producer Andy, that any executive producer that was part of this segment decided to showcase how the women can come together and support each other in the middle of a crisis. I'm gonna call you back. Is it an emergency? I'm recording. I mean, you gonna keep, you acting like it's like I need to hop in the car because somebody beating up Madison or something. Listen, I did. She called me 3 times. Goodbye. That was Shayna. Nevertheless, so I was glad that they actually showed that they support one another, that they have some camaraderie, that they aren't just always bickering and fighting, that they do know how to come together, because black women are really about supporting one another. Yeah, we argue and we fight or whatever, but we do know how to uplift, encourage, and support one another, and I wish they would show more of that and less of the fighting. Anyway, while Eva was crying, I was like, girl, you get on the plane in the next couple hours. I hate to say it, but Papa gonna be gone. Smitty gonna be gone. Honey, that long ass flight, you was not gonna get back in time. You might as well stay there and celebrate. And I'm glad that the girls convinced her to stay and to celebrate his life versus, you know, mourn him in celebration, because Smitty lived a good life. Well, the ladies have to get out of there again at 11. They're getting ready to go to the geisha house. You know, geishas was really whores back in the day, right? Y'all ain't never read Memoirs of a Geisha? Read it. That was a good book. It was all over the place, written kind of weird, but it was good. The storyline was good, and you knew that they paid for your flower, your virginity. Nonetheless, and they were very much so entertainment, but that was also part of the entertainment, and geisha houses were really for men only. All the ladies get down there on time except for who? And I mean close to on time, about 11, 11, 12, 11, 15. Honey, I don't want to wait 3 minutes for Miss Nene. Nene comes strolling out after Eva said, called her. She said, I'm on my way down. Aya leaves her. Okay, it's 11:17 and she comes walking out and she sees the bus going. Now, was that a setup, y'all? I want to know, was that a setup? And so they call Cynthia with her simping ass, always calling Nene, trying to make sure she okay. Listen, Nene girl, we gonna sit in the car gonna come, we just left, blah blah blah, they had to go, XYZ. When the girl said, I'm fine, y'all go on and have a good time, you should have said, okay girl, bye. Like, why is we pleading for Nene to come and go? If she don't want to go, she don't need to come. Don't nobody need to be pleading and begging for Miss Nene. That's just me. Nene really probably wanted to stay in there anyway. She did exactly what she wanted to do, and that was to call and check on her husband, who did not answer the phone. So, one of the hostesses in the geisha house told the ladies, I need you guys to be quiet. Use your inside voices. Be more demure. This is me summing it up. Don't be these loud, rowdy, ghetto bitches that you guys are right now, because there's some entertainment going on right now. Finally, they get in to go. They have lots of sake. They play some games. The ladies win the games. Every lady wins the game except for who? Eva the diva. They go in to have food or get back on the bus to go get food, and Cynthia calls her and she's like, yeah, I'll come and I'll meet for food. earlier, did I say they had a conversation about Greg and what was going on with Greg and the bickering that they're having? Anyway, so she gets there, and she gets there a little late, but she gets there. But that's not the part I want to talk about. I want to talk about when she leaves. Why is Tanya insisting? I think inside of the restaurant, Nene had explained, and it's always a small enclosed environment, so you can hear every conversation. And that is when Nene explained to Portia what was going on at home and what was happening with Greg, and just that it was a lot, and she had a lot on her shoulders and a lot on her plate. And honestly, I don't want to deal with no extra outside bullshit when I'm dealing with my husband and his shit. So when they get outside, Tanya's like, can I talk to you for a minute? And Tanya decides that she wants to have a conversation, and she wants to talk about we're here for Eva. Eva's grandfather passed away, and can we just make sure she has a good time and celebrate her? And Nene's like, girl, I'm fine. You know, honestly, you have to feel the environment, the atmosphere, see how the people's feeling. And Tanya knew that Nene wasn't fucking with her. So she should have just took that as her cue and waited till they came back to the States, till they got their happy asses back to Georgia, went and visited her at Swag Boutique and had a conversation with her then. There is a time and a place for everything. So I just feel like she used the wrong time and opportunity. I feel like all you're doing is making Nene dislike you and not want to deal with you even more. Honey, you are not going to be a friend of the housewives if you don't figure out how to get it all the way together quickly. And Nene said, you don't want to see Nene. Nene is a power ball. Nene is the powerhouse. Nene will get the girls all the way together. So, okay, here's some things that I thought I'm going to start doing this now every episode. Here's the things that I liked about the episode. One thing that I absolutely loved was the fact that they showed the girls having a good time at karaoke, singing "What I Need From You Is Understanding." I love when Candy hit that high note. I didn't make any mention to that, but I just did. And I actually loved when they showed everyone supporting Eva in her time of grief. So those are the two things that I liked about this episode. Tell me what you liked about the episode down below in the comments. Down, down, down. Y'all don't know nothing about DJ Quick. Down, down, down. Okay, it's more than that, but I can't think of the rest of the song. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 11, Episode 13, Tempers in Tokyo. Before you get out of here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that I know that it's real. Show me that you like me. Leave a comment. Tell your friends. Subscribe. Notification bell. All that good stuff. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.